Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, 12th of July, 9 a.m. on the dot. We are sitting here at our usual place at the Westin in Bangkok. And unlike our usual Minecraft sessions that are here 4 on, 4 off, today is a special day. So I've opened it up to everybody for a soft launch of the Cracking Language Fundamentals platform. Which is pretty exciting. And so because of that, I'll just say hi, everyone. Oh, it's not showing up, but we have a room full of people here, which is awesome. Normally you've got like a couple coming in, but today we've got quite a full house, which is fantastic. And we've got a ton of people out there. So thank you everybody for your support. So what are we going to do today and why did I bring it together? I think many of you, whether it's through YouTube or through, many of you come through, are already sort of members, either paid or use the free content in J Academy. You've seen that for the past year, I've been building up my crackinglanguage.com. And so again, my Cracking Thai Fundamentals, it started in 1999. And it started when a bunch of journalists at the Foreign Correspondence Club, and embassies and different people who were members of the FCCT there wanted to hit the ground running with their Thai. So I put that together. We started running a face-to-face workshops at the Foreign Correspondence Club for these guys. And it grew from there. And, you know, I ran it for what, 15 years. I would run it a couple of times a year. It'd go for a few weeks each time, and it was great. By 2015, I wrote the book, which was basically a huge brain dump. It's this tome. And for those who have the book, I still recommend you get it because as a reference, and it even goes with these, you keep it there. I'm going to be doing new ones under Cracking Language that are much more agile as far as like functional with the language. But this is my initial brain dump after that, and it's got everything, and it's the cultural, the subcontext is a Thai operating system for your mind. And so then that led on to, and as many people know, I don't just speak Thai, I speak a bunch of other languages. And so how do you learn the other languages? So first of all, don't have a heart attack. So what I did was I look at what do I need to learn a language? And these are all the topics. If you look at my Cracking Thai Fundamentals, and you've got developing fluency, dialect, these are all what I call cornerstones of learning a language. And so you see each language, they're going to be started to connect in with these. I can drag this here. And so you've got Tagalog. So Tagalog, it's a Southeast Asian language. It's got things in common with Indonesian. Indonesian has Sanskrit. And so you see that all the then you've got tonal languages. What happens now, again, don't let it scare you, but I built this out to show you the whole matrix of what goes on when we learn languages. What the problem is across Asian languages, and you think about to the Vietnam War or different things like this, you get people like, I don't know if people seen the FSI, hey, sorry about the cramped conditions in here. I don't know if many of you have seen like the FSI training things from the US government, the Foreign Service Institute training stuff. But so many language learning materials have been developed for the Asian languages via English and via the minds of Western language speakers. And so, for example, if I look at Vietnamese. Oh, you're Vietnamese. Xin chào. Okay. So if you look at Vietnamese, these are common topics. You've got tones. You've got yin and yang tone classes. You've got Sino-Tibetan. So if you're coming in as a learning Vietnamese, and say I look at now tones, look at all the languages that have that foundation already. These people don't need to relearn something clunkily that some guy from sitting in Washington who didn't understand it has spent forever trying to just get his head around, and so make some training material for Westerners that are going to confuse the crap out of, say, Thai or Chinese speakers trying to learn Vietnamese. And then if you have a look at voiced and non-voiced sounds, these are just basic yin and yang tone classes. And so all these languages where for them, this is just a normal thing in the language, I have seen Western language learning resources spend three-quarters of a learning syllabus and years of learning even just to grasp these concepts. If you're a Westerner and you've learned Thai already, and then you want to learn Chinese, or if you're a Westerner and you speak Chinese, we have a heritage Chinese speaker, Cantonese, from the US. So you have Cantonese. There's a whole lot of stuff that he knows that he doesn't have to relearn again to learn Thai. And so what I did was build these things out. So what you see, these blue ones here, I call them language cornerstones, or cornerstones of learning. And so, so the Thai language, what do you need for Thai? So I built this. If none of you if you've never used Obsidian before, it's awesome. But supposing I put Thai in here now, what it's going to do is link all of the things that are relevant for Thai. Bang, you have a Thai learning course of all the things that are the fundamentals of learning Thai. Okay, great. But how do you do that? How do you build something that is going to actually teach people that where they're at? Enter cracking language fundamentals. So what I just think of these as learning cornerstones, and I'll show you what I've built. And you guys, everybody here can use it. So just let's park that there for a moment. And now, so if you're online and you've got your computers open, your browsers open, this works best on Google Chrome. At the moment, I've got it integrated with Google. Later, it works on other browsers, but best in Google Chrome. And so if you come here to crackinglanguage.com, you can see this on your screen, right? So what I've done, touch wood, this is the first time I've ever had so many people hit the server at once. Let me go to an incognito tab, and I'll just cracking. So when you log in, you're going to see this screen. If you click here, it'll give you your Google login. So if you've never logged in before, you log in and it will build you an account. I'm thinking.
Jay, sorry to interrupt. If you already have a Jacademy login, should you use instead of Google or?
No. So right now, this is the other thing. Jacademy, I run on a platform called Thinkific. This is one of the other reasons why I built it. Thinkific is an old school learning platform, LMS. It's got videos. It's got my old articulate storyline modules, which were built based on Flash technology, which doesn't even exist now. And this is why there's so much trouble. This is another reason why I built my stuff out. So right now, if you have an account on Jacademy, you will still need to register here. However, in the coming couple of months, I'll be integrating them. So it'll be single sign-on, hopefully. But right now, I've got them loosely decoupled, and you see what I mean. So still build an account here, because later on, if you have one there, I'll be linking them. All right. So once you log in there, let me just come back. This is going to turn, this is green and blue here. This is the other driver of why I built this. There are so many shitty AI language learning applications there. To the point, Duolingo. First of all, Duolingo doesn't even have Thai. It has Chinese, and you look at it and shitty. It's got stuff where, like, say for tonal languages, it'll look at, I don't know if it even does pitch contours or opinion, but it's based on, again, these mindsets of white, foreign, non-Chinese native speakers, non-Thai speakers who've tried to come up with a system that fits in there and develop AI just based on how they run their other language. And it's shit. The AI doesn't teach properly, and now they're laying off all of their real teachers, and they're just having general AI generated stuff. So my challenge was, how do I take all that stuff that I just showed you? I have content from I've got over 1,500 YouTube clips, lessons on Thinkific, transcripts. I've got blog articles and lessons from 2005. I've got my book that I wrote. How do I bring that all together to teach? And then enhance it with AI. But if AI tries to pipe some bullshit through, to slap it in the face and say, no, this is what you teach. I built it. And so what I did, and you're going to see today, is I use AI, but I use AI on a leash. And it's under my leash, under what I want to teach, under my agents, And you as the user get full control of how much or how little AI you use and how much you spend. Once you log in, you'll see your account there as black. If you click on there and you go to user dashboard, if you know languages already. So I don't know, people out there, we've got people who speak more than just English and you're wanting to learn other languages. And so part of if I want the AI to know what you already know. So the CEFR, the European framework of languages, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 language levels. So where A1, A2 are just beginner, B1, B2 goes all the way up to even native speakers could be a C1. C2 would be a university educated native speaker. So what I do is allow you to edit and add your language levels in. And so you can like add a language and put these in. The reason why I put this in here is so that the AI will be able to meet you where you're at. It won't be teaching you stuff that you already know. And so once that's in, I build a profile of who you are, what you know, every meaningful language, every meaningful learning interaction is building a model so it teaches you as you. If you don't know about tones yet, because you only speak Spanish or German or something, it knows that it needs to invest some time in teaching you this stuff. But if you're a Chinese speaker, it will be able to go in and leverage that information and even deliver content to you in Chinese that's going to be relevant. So this is why this section is important. But then this is the real important section here, the API keys. And so I'll tell you why, then I'll go into actually show you how to use it, and then I'll show you how to actually put your keys in, because I don't want to bore you with everything. I don't know how many people out there have ever used an AI service, a SaaS service or something that uses AI. ChatGPT, okay, like there's a $20 one, but there are many services out there, and some of them, like say Cursor, if you're a coder, they're being charged. Some people are getting bills for thousands of dollars a month. There are AI companies out there who are building platforms like mine, and they're charging these premiums of $30 a month, $60, $100 a month, because the crazy cost of AI tokens at the moment when you're doing searches and queries. So one person may use this, another person may use that. So what happens when you get VC investors coming in? They're thinking, shit, I want to cover my ass. And so they'll set this as the base and charge everybody at this and incorporate that into the subscription cost. That is not required. I want to show you how much AI has really cost me. So I showed Peter this morning. With my build your own keys architecture, it means that just like a bank, I encrypt your key. So you can have keys for Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI, whatever keys you want. Right now, I've got to integrate AI with OpenAI well. So I encourage you today, if you're going to use it, use OpenAI. But the next week or so, I'm going to be running tests with all of these other ones. But I know some are more expensive than others. But right now, I'm using OpenAI.
That's ChatGPT.
OpenAI is ChatGPT, but now, to be fair, so I'll show you this. ChatGPT has like a $20 program where you go in and use their prompt. There's the API version where you don't even need the $20 one. You just have to go and get an API key. You put your credit card with them like you would with anything, but I'll show you how much I have paid in all the development, running hundreds and hundreds of AI queries on my content. You want to know how much it cost? This is for the entire development. Ready? Look for the number here. $5.14. No, that is in all of the development. So you can see this is past month. So all the development of my AI, it's cost me $5 running hundreds of queries a day.
So, Jay, because I just started looking at this stuff recently, but that would include the charge for the input tokens and the output tokens?
Everything. You can see input versus output here. I'm running 2.8 million tokens, but I'll show you what. So this is the architecture that I built. I thought this is bullshit. Now, you can say I build this. I love tech. I love language. And I realized
which model were you using for this?
I'll show you.
Okay.
So Anthony, I'll show you as we walk through because I let you choose even for every query. It's up to you what you're going to use, how much or how little. Some of them you don't need the really heavy duty ones because I've done all the heavy lifting, building the algorithms on the back end. So all it needs is a shitty LLM even to call my functions so it doesn't have to run heavy duty AI. So this $5.14 is like hundreds and hundreds of queries a day that I'm running. Okay, so this is why I built this architecture. I don't want to be charging you $30, $50 a month for my services. Well, you don't need to. I hate these huge tech SaaS companies that are coming here and giants and they set the market up, whether they're ERP systems or they're whatever systems, and they're charging you because they're scared that you're not tech savvy, so they need to buy your things for you. And then what happens is that they will, charge you the minimum to save them doing their ass, to save them breaking their bank. But then what they will do is they'll put you on a lower LLM so their profit margin is higher. So you're actually getting inferior AI as well. I will bring this down here. So what happens is if you add an AI API key, I'll show you how to get them in a minute. I wanted to show you this sexy stuff though, on how it acts. So you can choose it, whether it's AI. And the other thing is, have you ever heard really shitty, sorry about my language for those who are offended, really crappy AI voices or crappy like text-to-speech voices, right? There are some phenomenal voices out there, but they cost. Now, if I, as a company, charging everybody on my platform, charge for the voice, for everyone using these really good voices, I'm going to get a bill of $50,000 every month. But if I put the power in your hand, you know how much all of these premium voices are costing me in all of the development? $1.50, because I'm only using them for me. And I get the highest quality voices. So I was at a trade-off where, do I build a system and I do everything for everyone and I charge them a fortune? Or do I charge a minimal thing on just my normal learning content, but all the tools are free for you. So you can use everything for free and let you put your own API keys in. So you can go out, get your API key in, put your label, what it is, choose whether it's Anthropic, Cohere. I've got these at the moment. At the moment, OpenAI is working well, so I'd encourage you to do OpenAI at the moment, but in the next week or so, all of them. Put your API key in there, you save it, and you'll see here, it is encrypted. So what happens is I send you, like I've got it encrypted end to end, so nobody can come in and jump in and grab your key, just like when you're using online banking. It encrypts your key on your end, it gets it, and then it sends it to the AI. I've built it out on AutoGen, so basically all of my AI agents will see which model you're using, which thing you're using, your own key, and what model you've chosen. Bang, you get API, you get all the full AI using the model you want. I don't pay a cent. I built the infrastructure for everybody. Do with it what you want. I don't have to pay for it, which allows me to keep my costs down. I think Silicon Valley probably balks at this, and maybe VCs, because they're scared that people will be scared about having to get API keys. Once you've added your API key, you can see this. So basically, AI, you turn green. Voice, you turn blue. And just to give you an example, at just a touch of what it can do, watch this. I'll just type in Thai. Wani Rao Gamlang. It's really small. Rao Gamlang Rienภาษา Thai อยู่ครับ. Okay, don't worry, because it gets better than this. You don't need to be able to type. I'm just showing you in this example. So because I'm AI enabled, watch this. Down here, I have voice selector, just to show you what voices Google has. So if you're Google AI enabled, These are all the languages. So I'll just type in Thai. Look how many voices you've got. These are awesome voices. Right, these are all the premium voices. Now, the reality is, as an individual, these are going to cost you less than a fraction of a cent per call. If I paid for it, I would be charged a fortune because you've got getting thousands of people in. But if you pay for it yourself, you'd be lucky to get a bill for $1 each month. So supposing I wanted, and many people complain too that it's not a male voice that they're learning if they're a male learning Thai. So you can choose a male. If you look down here, I've got gender. Yeah, male, female. And so let's just choose any male voice here. Just showing you that male voice. So I've chosen that voice here. And with this tool, it's detected that's your voice. Now, if I'm voice enabled, if I'm not voice enabled, it'll say you can't do it. You need to enable voice. But I'm voice enabled because I'm glowing blue. And so what happens there is I've said speak. I hope this is going to come out.
วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ครับ
วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนนิ้วภาษากำลังไทยอยู่
วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ครับ 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 วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ครับ
I've also got enrich with AI. So this is also pretty cool. So I've typed this in Thai, right? If you've got AI, enrich with AI, check this out. And so what it's doing is going out, getting your API key, bang. วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ Now you'll see at the moment, because segmenting is pretty hard, but I've put this up here. So if you see multi-syllables that you can just throw a space in there, and this is actually good learning because right now it'll try its best to do it, but AI struggles. But look at this. วันนี้เรากำลังเรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ครับ Yeah, but it gets better. Okay, so this is just an example of an initial implementation of AI. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, which brings us to the arena. I was thinking of what a good analogy is for how I really see learning of the future. I don't see courses as a thing anymore, where somebody sets a syllabus and says, lesson 1, you're going to learn this. Lesson 2, you're going to learn this. Lesson 3, you're going to learn this. I built something where you can build courses, you can build syllabus, but honestly, I'm thinking the role of a teacher from now on is going to be, I don't know what your language background is. What, like English? Okay. So you speak English. You speak Cantonese in English, but you're a native English speaker. You guys speak Chinese. You speak English, but it's not your mother tongue. You have a learning outcome that you know that you need to do. Every single person in your class is going to learn a different way. What's the role of the teacher? It's not to take everyone through step by step by step by step through lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, because maybe these people don't need lesson 1, lesson 2. Maybe these people need another thing that lesson 1 thinks everyone knows, but these people don't actually know, right? Enter the arena. 2 sections. Now, if you're on a mobile, it looks beautiful. It's all one and it works for mobile. So you have your learning content section and your toolbox. So you know how when you're learning something and you've probably got dictionaries, you've got notepads, you've got all of these things that you use to learn. I call these your tools. So this is your toolbox. And I got tools for you. You can have Sketchpad. You can have, let me zoom in. So these are ones at the moment that you can add, but there are way more. Tone Masters. So you could, you want an abacus, you're learning math. Bang, there's an abacus. Okay. You can add your tools in as you're learning, or say you want a consonant compass, right? You can have your whole one, or you could have, I think I've got a small, standalone. So look at this. Loading consonant compass. There, right now it's set to Thai Devanagari. So this is you doing it manually, but it gets better, right? The way that I've built these though, I don't want to control you. You control it. So I don't want Devanagari, but I speak Burmese, or my maid speaks Burmese. I want to show her that. Check this out. Bang. Da, 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 da. Oh, I've got Thai and Burmese now. So these are all my tools that I use on the side. If you're hearing sounds, you would hear Groq because it's got sound and everything. Burmese. You think I don't like the way that looks. So I've actually built all of these tools, or I don't want to see the IPA. You can click those off, or I don't like the colors. I'm going to print it out. Bang, you got a black and white version. All right, so every single tool that you see here, you can tweak it, do what you want with it, add what you want. But these are just the tools. These are not the learning. And this was the big thing. People are saying, look, I come into your site, I see all these tools, I see compass, I see all of this stuff. It scares the crap out of me. I don't know how to use them. Enter the arena. So let me just delete this tool for the moment. And I come into here, into my arena. So what I'm going to do is start a new session. You see your sessions, you'll have sessions up here. Let me just zoom in. So you see sessions here, and you'll also see sessions here. So I'm going to delete this session. Let's start fresh. We'll start from a clean lesson thing. So what happens is, start a new session. Now what I've done is, I've built an architecture where you see these tools, the compass, anything. I've made it so anybody can build a tool to learn anything on either React or Svelte. You just keep it on your server in GitHub, and I'll be building it out in the next couple of months where basically you can submit the tools. I'll have a marketplace, and if people want to make money in the future, maybe it's an option too. So you've got a subject, you teach insurance or you teach whatever. You can actually, this isn't just for language, it's actually for any subject on the planet. You can build your own tool. Yeah.
Could a person use?
Yeah, to learn English. Yeah, totally. This teaches any language in any language to anybody. 他人可以用. I'll show you in a minute. And it knows you. So if you look here, it's got all your keys that I've added. So I've added 2 API keys for, what do you call it, for OpenAI. With every query, you get to choose which model. So want to use GPT-4, GPT-3, or 4.0. 4.0 is really good, but the cost of 3.5 is 1/10 of the cost of this. So in many cases, you don't need this. If you're asking something where you want something really textual and really to do its research, yeah, switch to 4.0. But if you're just looking for something based on my content and everything, I've already written all the stuff. You don't need that. All you need is the AI for is to assess what you want and go and get it from my stuff. So you don't need to waste your tokens, and I don't need to charge you for it. And so watch this. The first really cool thing is I've built in what's called slash commands. And this is why, again, I want you guys to be here today, because this is where I see the power. My slash commands, I've built things that I would be teaching students. This is what you want to do in the language or when you're learning. So first of all, Thai text. What does that do? Note that I have 3.5 Turbo. I saw somebody in the Falang Can Learn Thai language group this morning. They showed something from Spanish, and now my bed sheets smell like you. From the what's the song? You know the song I'm talking about. And I saw the translation, and in Spanish it was translated as huele, but in Thai you got 2 words to smell. You've got like men and hom or clean, so it stinks or it's whatever. So I thought this would be a good test, but watch this, Thai text. Now my bed sheets smell like. So what this is going to do is it sees that it's a slash command, submit. Please work, please work, please work, please work. And so what it does is it takes my tool. I built a whole network that allows AI to communicate with every single tool and anything that any public person outside wants to build a tool. I build a protocol to be able to communicate with tools, and it's injected it. And now, if I want to translate it, if I want to translate it, again, it makes a call out to AI. So maybe you're learning, and have a look at this. But I've made it so you can even get a short story and put it in, and it will do each line for you. I'll show you an example of that in a moment. Bang. But it gets better. How do you say, I feel I want to go and eat? Now, this is dependent on the model used. So if I want dialects in Isaan or in Northern Thai, so I'll say Isaan. So now what I'm going to do is just switch my model to 4, because 3.5 isn't great at dialects. Okay, you'll get to know your your model. And you can see it's chosen Isaan here now. That's what อยากไปกินข้าว I want to go and eat. So I've set this up and actually can do it in a Chinese dialect, Vietnamese dialect, anything. Those will be integrated soon. อยากไปกินข้าว And you see this, the spelling, because it remains the same, but it's given you Isaan. If you wanted to say that in Northern, well, they're the tones that it would change for Northern. But again, this is why the AI doesn't cost you much. I've built thousands and thousands and thousands of lines of code to do the algorithms to all of these. So all the AI does is just call my functions. It says this guy wants, so the AI has gone out and just basically looked for the Isaan way of saying this and injected into my tool, and my tool did everything else.
So it's like, before you do all this, how hard it is just to get all these in.
Yeah. Now, you want to know the cool thing? You think, that's awesome. I want to keep it. Add to toolbox. There it is there in your toolbox. I'll give you another example of where your toolbox might come in handy. Have a look at this. I'll use this as an example. So say you're learning Chinese and you're wanting to learn stroke order of characters. I'm sorry for the Thai learners out there, but you've got to have something in here for everyone. Wiktionary has these, and you're wanting to learn your stroke order. Stroke order is super important. So this is Yung Fa. So how to write the strokes of all the key strokes. Watch this. I'm going to grab the image address. I'm going to come back here and, this is my learning arena. And I'm going to say in a slash command I've added in here. Now you'll see these slash commands, there are actually hundreds of them I have ready to go. I put my thing and I'll say, Yung eternal character 8 Chinese strokes, just for my learning. Now, because it's a slash command, bang, I've added it to my tools. Now in tools here, I've put different views. So say you've got all images, you can look at it in the bento view, so you can see them all together, or you can look at it in a flow view, so you'll see them all flowing under each other, or you can look at it in tabs because you might want them all up top. It's up to you. Okay. And again, everything in here is editable. Another example of a tool here, I want to see what's the difference between Thai and Khmer. All right, so I'll type in consonant compass, Thai. Actually, let me do this. Thai, Balinese, Javanese. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Bang. Thai, Javanese, Thai, Balinese. Look at that.
Stuart, the slash commands, like, there's a lot. So how do we know which ones?
So I get them to filter. So this is what I want to teach you, but this is part of getting to learn your learning tools. This is a brand new learning paradigm I want you to learn. So once you know how to use your tools, this is like learning on steroids. I'm going to be building out these shortcut tools for things that you don't need to then even query, because I put all the prompts together, injected it in the back end, rather than you having to ask. You don't have to use them, but I've built them there to make your learning easier. So watch this. If I add this to the toolbox and I think, oh, crap, I forgot. I wanted to add Khmer to it also. It's okay. Khmer. Bang. It's loading it again. You got Khmer there too now. It's, I don't know, like if you're a non-tech person, it might look, but holy crap, the tech to be able to do this is freaking awesome that we're in an age where we can do this. And it's all live, it's all there. Now, supposing I then wanted to learn how to write that Yung character. Watch this, is another thing, handwriting. And I'm going to write in Chinese now, in Chinese. Watch this, bang. Now I can practice writing. Now I got to fix off the offset on that. So, because I've just scaled this down to work. But you can also not only write it in Chinese and use this, you can scale it up, scale it down. You can do it in Xingshu, Taoshu, different versions. If you've seen that book that Pete, you got me, you can actually view it in these squares, but you can do all your practice if you want to keep it for later, or you can edit the text. It doesn't have to just be that young. So if I wanted to make that Thai, I can bring this back to here to, let's do a Thai. These are Thai writing lines. I want the first few letters of Thai. So I've got Go, Ko, Ngo. I know there's Kolakang we missed. So you can practice writing your Thai. Or if I want full words, so if I write die like that, but you see it split out.
If I can interject for a minute, this writing stuff, is that designed, I mean, for me, doing it with a mouse doesn't mean anything. So I assume this is designed to work better on a tablet with a pen?
If you're on a tablet, a pen will work, your finger will work, any device that you can touch screen will work. And so you can write this. This one at the moment, because I've just fixed this, it was blowing off screen. So give me about a few hours today. You'll see that now it's recalibrated. So when it's in the learning arena, it's a bit off. So I just need to fix the calibration, but it works perfectly. And again, by the way, in my site, I also have this here for you to practice that as well. So you can actually, it's got one up there, which is site-wide. But so they're all there as your normal tools. But yeah. And then again, I can add that to my toolbox. So now my toolbox is starting to get full of all of these, but it's cool. Now, the really cool thing is that every single learning interaction, every tool you add, AI is learning about you and knowing what you've learned, what you haven't learned. And so it can actually go back and reference and teach you based on where you are. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad. So the question was, is there any log? So I've got that in my admin. I'll show you what it's done for me. It goes through what you've just learned, what your queries are, what has been sent back to you, and you get an executive summary based on what AI knows about you too. So it's built this based on my queries. Language goals, strengths, and it's also analyzing what kind of learner recommended next steps. It's building this profile. So as you learn, it just keeps logging that. And so with every query that you do, and it's sending all of that data with your query, with your profile. So AI targets its learning at you. So that's that one. Let's have a look at this. And by the way, if you want to update, I update it every 10 minutes or so. But if you want to do it, you can say save progress. So that was the tools bit. But now we're going to get to the real learning. What's the best way to prepare to learn Thai? Now, there's a few things that I'll show you here. Suggested videos, you can toggle on and off, and suggested lessons. Right now, suggested lessons, I'll show you. I don't know why that's done that. It's thinking. Now let's look at this. Now I'll show you the difference between us. So this is using 3.5, right? Turbo. And it's given you, it's mixed my stuff. It's taken all the stuff it's got from me, mixed it with normal AI. Let's look at 4.0. What's the best way to start learning Thai? This is where your model might make a difference, thinking, okay, so what it's done is it's not that different up here, learning the Thai alphabet. This is based on my stuff as well, cracking Thai fundamentals, culture and everything. It's got all of my CTF book and everything in there. But then you've got these as well. Introduction and overview, Chinese, okay, and you got more lessons, thinking and meanings. So this is where at the moment, if you want to actually take the lessons, click here. If you're subscribed in J Academy, you can do these lessons. And so they're integrated. And then if you want to say, now you'll see the old system here, and I'm keeping it there for a while. So you can actually do these. You might want to do all of these while you're there and then come back. They're all still there. It's logging what you've done. But these other things, what are the first words to learn when learning a language? How should you start learning a language? These are all from my blog post, from my book. You can see this is from Cracking Thai Fundamentals book. It's actually going, so if you've got the book, you can go and read it if you want. Or if you, let's do another one just for those who are there. How do I learn Indonesian and Jawi, bahasa Jawi. So it's the Malay spoken in southern Thailand. Watch this. So what it's doing, it's going and looking at all of my stuff. It's looking at all of its stuff. It's coming out. Okay, so it's given you general stuff. I'll just zoom out. It's giving you all general stuff. So when you see these are my lessons. So how to pronounce the sound in languages. I've actually got a lesson on that. You might see. So it anticipates through AI, analyzed your query. Somebody's wanting to come in, Pete. And so you can do these lessons. So again, I'll say the only money that I get from this, and I appreciate your support if you're there, is if you subscribe for the $9.99 a month, whatever it is for J Academy, and you can take these courses. Otherwise, everything else is free right now. Okay. So I would ask, if you want to support me, it's taken a lot, just at least subscribe for $9.99 a month. Even if you don't use the courses, but at least it supports me. But I want to make this available for everyone, any language. Eventually, in the next couple of months, I'll be moving all the Thinkific stuff to native Cracking Language Fundamentals courses. So you don't have to do the old clunky courses. But at the moment, I need to build a new e-commerce system, and I've got existing subscribers. It's a bit of a, I need to untangle that. But right now, this is a good hybrid solution. But look at this. How to Southern Jawi. This is from a blog post, right, that I wrote. Watch what happens if I click on this. Boom. Again, you've just had it all injected into here. And so you can learn Jawi straight in your learning area. I've wired this. Every piece of content I've ever written, I've encoded it into a way that I can call via an API, query it via AI, and you can do your learning. So if you already speak Indonesian or you want to learn about particles in Indonesian, mekan, they're all there for you. And then you save these sessions. You can do whatever you want, save. Now, I've put this one up here too. I'm working on something, Vercel, that I've deployed this on. If I send an email, it has some issues just with cloud function. I'm working on it. But at the very least, open printer friendly version. If it's all saved up, right? I just have to make sure that it's saved. Check this out. So save progress. There. And so you have a nice printer friendly single page version. And some people might like that if you just want to have an easier to read version. You can resize your screen, and it's all, if that's on your phone, it'll be responsive. Print it out, save it as a PDF if you want your lesson each time. It'll all be there. Otherwise, when you set in that screen, it also has your tools. You might want to put it on ChatGPT, GPT-4. Yeah, I've got it set on that. And I don't want to have my video suggestions or whatever. So I'll put it there and I'll say, what's the best way to learn Vietnamese, dialects, and tonal? Actually, I want videos to tweak it, but basically it'll give you your videos that you need, and you can learn Vietnamese tonal. Here you go, learning Vietnamese and blah, 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 blah. Give you that. It'll give you your videos. I just need to tweak the algorithm, the warmth, the heat on the AI here. It'll get the videos for you.
Can you walk through a simpler use case, just like say, this is where I'm at with Thai right now,
Yep.
and maybe build out.
Okay, so let's do a new session. So I'm saying right now, I'll put this on here. Right now, I'm starting to learn Thai. I'm at a beginner level, and I want to learn the consonants. How do I learn the Thai consonants?
I was thinking like, say like I know the consonants, I know the alphabet.
Okay.
Maybe build out like a lesson course or something, like
all right,
something structured, because
yeah, okay, so
that's kind of how I learned to build on it. So
yeah, okay, so this is coming where it will give you an actual lesson, and I'll show you. I can show you here. So in order to get to this point, I've had to build this out. So basically, this is a lesson editor where I can say, I've got all my tools here and everything. I can put a lesson title in. I can say, okay, I want to put like a sentence editor in here. And bang, I've got it. And I can put stuff in and build a lesson out for somebody, save that. AI gets to know how I build a lesson to teach a certain thing. And so we can build this lesson for you. I'm training it at the moment to do this. So it will take these blocks and then inject your knowledge with it, or inject what it needs for you. That will be coming very soon. It's almost wired up. But at the moment, the reason why I want, because people can still, you can still kind of do it like this. Write me a lesson plan to build more colloquial vocabulary. Let me turn these off for a moment. This is one way you could do it. And I think GPT-4 will do it because it's still using my logic.
Because I've done it just with GPT-4, like the left plan.
But I'll show you what I would do. And this is why I put the slash commands in here. I want the learning to be in your hand. Okay, so look at this. There you go. But this, watch this. Slash command, Thai text. Write me a short story of an American-born Chinese, Cantonese, and English speaker moving to Bangkok to start an awesome new life. Watch this.
How are you going to do it?
So this is what I would see. This is how I would learn. It's built your lesson out. It's getting your translation and phonetics for you. Now, if you click on this, it'll play the audio of the entire thing. But many people don't want that. They want to break them down. So now you can break it down line by line and play line by line. Now my audio is not working, so you can hear it. If you need to split up like multi-syllable words, you can do it in there. It'll get the tones right for you.
Can you download the MP3s from this? Like I want to play like my own flashcard.
I have a flashcard tool that'll do it for you.
Okay.
That'll inject them in there for you if you want. But you don't even need. I'll do that this week. I've got the flashcard tool where you can actually inject these, but that's a really good idea. So from these files, but so I can just add this to my toolbox and it's there forever.
Jay, I can just say two things. One, absolutely freaking awesome system you built up here. I can't imagine how much work it took. Number two, I've got to step out, but if as we're using it, if we see issues, is there a single preferred place where you would prefer us to send issue or things that we see, rather than getting it from 18 different vectors?
I think, and I really I apologize to everybody in Minecraft. I have Discord server, but I've been really slack because I've been doing stuff. I've been coding and working. I need to bring the Discord server back to life, and maybe we put a thing here. And honestly, the reason why I called everyone in today, if you need it, I can build it. All right. So if you have something like this, you said, oh, can we get MP3s? Yeah, it's an awesome idea. I actually have a flashcard module in here. You can see that it's at the moment, this one is an older one. Where is it? Add. Oh, I've hidden it. But basically, I have a flashcard tool that injects it based on Anki protocols. So I could do that for you and put it in. Basically, anything that you need to do to learn, and the lessons, like you said there, I've already started thinking of it. It's almost done. And so I actually have, if you do /courses, it'll have a list of all the actual courses that are registered to you. Or you could say, turn this into a course is my goal, and it will build you a customized course and save it in your course list. Because a course is no different from a learning session like this. And then you will have all of your courses, but basically these learning sessions I anticipate to be like courses as well. So as you're learning, you will follow that through. And I already make summaries but I might make them available to you to basically say, can you summarize this lesson into a lesson for me?
Have your AI app thinking.
Yeah, I guess that could do that. I think this is the future of learning. You can see here, I don't believe that a one-size-fits-all course is warranted anymore. I think the role of a teacher then, so technically, I'm doing now my 5-year-old daughter is the guinea pig. I teach her math on this, I teach her language, I teach her everything. I sit with her, and as she learns, and that's why you see in the scratch pad, I have tic-tac-toe up there. So when she gets maybe 3 or 4 Chinese characters right, we do a game of tic-tac-toe together. This can actually work with teachers and say, this is what the student has done these last sessions. This is where they are. This is what you need to coach them in today. And so it's not anti-teacher. It's actually pro-teacher, because teachers can do that. I can technically, I was talking about, do I go for VCs to come and blow this out? The thing is, I've built it already. What a VC is going to do? They can put money into marketing and getting it out there, but this can technically hook in to any learning management system, any LMS, Moodle, anything. It uses those protocols. It can hook into any university, school, company's learning training system. It's not just language. I just use language because that's what people in my site use. ERP, yeah, you can use it to teach. It basically, this system I've built can be used. Anybody who has knowledge can train it on its own knowledge, on who it is, on what to tell AI to do and not give stupid answers. Present your own content first on your own logic. Build tools out that you want your learners to use, say in your company. If you're an insurance company, you have metrics on how you calculate insurance or how you should do sales. You can build your tools out to do that. And then in my what I didn't show you is every single value here can communicate with other tools. So you can run exams. I can keep logs of, scores and do a test at the end based on what you've done. All of that will be logged and it'll keep you going. So traditional learning is not dead with this system. It's just actually put on steroids. Yeah. So
sorry to ask again. So if we see an issue as we start to use this, which I'm going to start to do almost immediately, where do you want me to communicate it if there's an issue? Like
let's do it in Discord. Can we start? No, I'll have to keep Discord open.
All right, no problem. I just the Discord thing.
I'll put a channel for that, feedback and suggestions. Now, guys, in saying that, and we run a tech company. Pete used to be my employee there. You would normally have a whole tech team. I built this every line with AI as well, but I know every single line of code in this. And so I haven't had a team to sort of help me out with this. So there are going to be bugs. There are going to be things, and we'll do it. Maybe if, investment capital, that's where it can go into building, but it works. And so it's there for you to all use. I hope it doesn't crash. I've tried to make it as economically viable as possible. The big question is API keys. So before I show you how to get your API keys, do I have questions on this bit?
Stuart.
Yeah.
May I ask a question, Stuart?
Yes. Let me just. Okay. I'm trying to get my. Okay, I can see you on Pete's computer. Go for it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't speak English fluently. I'm French. Okay, I live in Thailand, in North Thailand in Chiang Mai. And I bought your books long time ago when it was issued the first time. Huh?
I remember you gonna.
I would like to understand how, because I am quite introverted, and so I don't go too much, only on the market and things like that. And most of my friends speak English or French. I mean Thai friends. Mm-hmm. I would like to train, and I don't see how the system can help me to simulate conversation because I stopped to work my Thai for about 5 or 8 years now. So I need to redo a lot of things. I can still write and read slowly, but speaking and listening is a terrible thing. So I need to converse with someone, but is your system can be this someone I can speak to and get answer from it or not.
Okay, so Bernard, I don't know if you can still see my screen up there.
Yes, I see the screen, full screen to me.
Let's see, did it do it? Oh, it's done it all into Thai. Okay, yeah, because I've put into my prompt. You know what? I will add that into another tool to do that. It's done it all in Thai for you, but it can totally take French.
Sorry?
It can do French and Thai, and it can do discussions and dialogues for you. Right now, this tool
okay.
I've done it's exclusively for Thai because I had to smack it because it kept returning different languages. But I will build another tool out with the framework's there, so you can do these full discussions in French and Thai, no English.
Okay. But it's very the platform is very good because we have here all that is in the books. Huh? But the books is flat. It's a book.
Right.
And and here you have the book in life.
Yeah.
Living for you. And it's very important is now I understand how I can go back to the books and use the platform to understand a bit better what sometimes the book tell me, but I don't understand.
Exactly, which is why I built it out, and all of these are coming too. So these are the original tools. So you can still use all of these. They're just not in the arena. And so Groq, the language is there. You can click here. You can still practice writing them. So all of these are still again available. The problem was when I first came out with these tools that people said I don't know how to use them or they're just tools, which is why I bought the flow. I built the flow for the tools out. So this has Burmese, it has all of the languages you can do if you want to do the vowels. So again, you can learn from these tools, but they're not guided learning with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the vowels. You can still learn with all these tools as well, and you can pull any tool you see in the side. You can actually pull it in the toolbox as you're learning. So all these tools are there. But I had to build these up first before I implemented the AI, and now all the tools are built to a point where now I can use the AI to pull it in. But basically, the sky's the limit to what tools you can build. And I've built it on a framework that will allow, in the future, the very near future, anybody to build any tool. As long as they use this protocol and they can incorporate their tools, AI injects them with whatever data it needs, and you can use it in your learning. I know people like the Duolingo kind of thing where it's gamifying and you get these, but I don't see drag and drop and these kind of things really teaching what you need to get up in Chinese and Thai and stuff. There are certain things I can make and it's wired to be able to do gamification. So I can anything that you see in Duolingo, I could add to this. But I think these things are probably more in tune to what you need as a language, and actually getting into the trenches and knocking spaces in and seeing things, getting it right. And you can hear so if you're there, you can actually play that and see if your eyes match what your ears are doing. That would be a lesson in itself. And you want to see what those tones are in Isaan. Bang. They're the equivalent tones. What are they in Southern Thai? What are they in Vientiane? And you get the tones there. And I've got it for Vietnamese. The Vietnamese has a couple of kinks, but it's almost done in Chinese also. Can you type something here in Vietnamese? Yeah, just type. Và sẽ bị chơi bởi vì จะไปเที่ยวเปิดแล้วจะไปเที่ยวที่ไหน Okay, thank you. So hôm nay today chúng ta sẽ đi chơi ở đâu? Where are we going to? Right? And so look at this. These are what the Thai tones would be, but this is Vietnamese, so I can choose Vietnamese. Hanoi, or I can choose Saigon. Saigon, yep, I also have Da Nang in there. And so you see this would be hôm nay chúng ta sẽ đi chơi. So it actually, again, Vietnamese, Chinese, every single Chinese dialect, every Thai dialect, TAI, all the way from India down to southern Thailand, Burmese, they all run on this base tone system, not counting tones, but we have a yin and yang tone system with a ping, shang, chu, ru. These are based on the Sanskrit Abugida. Okay, I'll show you here. Every Slavic language, because it's all Indo-European. Sanskrit's Indo-European. So all the spelling, any Russian speakers out there, you've got your spelling where your Myeky znak and your Svordi znak can go. So here's your Sanskrit alphabet. It's a map of the human mouth. Back of the throat, throat closed, throat open, voiced. I built these animations out by my own hand and drew them out and animated them. This is it's these 3,000 years ago, they understood how the mouth worked. And so you've got this, and this is where all the tones come from. So when we get to Thai, look at this. So the Thai, you've got the mid class, we're all the ones with the throat closed. The high class, all the ones with the puff of air, and the low class are all the voiced ones. But that's not there. If you look at Old Chinese, it's exactly the same. So if you've ever learned, that's where it's from. It's just the Sanskrit upside down. And so here's your, if I go to modern Chinese, that's Cantonese and Old Chinese. If I go to modern Hanyu Pinyin, it's still this map of the mouth from Sanskrit. And so I built that all in. And you want to come up here and you want to practice writing your Chinese from that, you can do it. You know, it's all wired in together. Vietnamese is based on this same yin and yang tone system. Burmese is, come to Burmese, the tone system, again, is based on the same rules. Even though Khmer is not a tonal language, the rules of the letters and the classes are based on the same thing. So I can jump into Khmer. Where is my Khmer here? All in the same system. So if I got series 1, series 2, bang, bang. All of that there, I built the logic myself by hand. So AI doesn't need to do it. All it needs to do is get the actual word in the language, and my algorithms that I built will do all this for you and inject it in. If you've ever learned Javanese, look at this. Where are we? Javanese. So again, Javanese script is based on this as well, but they learned it in a different way. So I've built these tools out to be able to Hana Charaka. These are how Javanese people learn their alphabet. So it's showing Javanese speakers in context where their alphabet came from, and they can learn Javanese. Russian. This is how Russian is laid out. And so if you want to see the letters that use Myeky znak, or that can't use the softener, it's the same. It's the guttural and the palatal because they palatize. The Russian spelling rules are actually based on this same Sanskrit map. So once you understand the mouth, you understand how language works across all of these languages. This is why I've put this together, not just through the eyes of one Westerner monoglot English speaker that spent years straining over how to learn Vietnamese and thought it was so foreign, so they put all these tomes together to try and understand it. There's actually a DNA to it. So it's all here for you. I believe that I would love schools to be teaching this stuff. Yeah.
So just a side question, does English have this map of the mouth also? Or
yeah, like English, because English is based on these Indian. So okay, let's get back. This is where all of my stuff. Let's go to Sanskrit. So basically, I say church as this chirp, right? Danes say kirk. It's a chessboard. It moves up one. So here, have a look at this. This is totao. That's where your tongue is, as opposed to totahan. Totao. Totahan. Many people will put their tongue, or let's look at popla. See that versus mai, turn the voice on, versus popan. So they're the difference. So hopefully through this, you can start to lock your eyes into your muscles in your throat. But this one in particular, Totao versus Totahan, I see so many people make the mistake. Because does anybody know any Slavic speakers? Polish, Russian? You'll notice when they say anything with the letter T, and people from New York, do it. They'll do it as a dental T. So so if they wanted to say I want to, they'll say I want to, because this original dental varga from Sanskrit, because the Slavic languages are based on the same thing as Sanskrit, the letter T traditionally came from the teeth. That's why we call it the dental. But in our languages, it's moved back to here. And in Thai, this is where it is.
So just so I understand, so this here is showing dental, which is teeth. And then, but how is Papahan different? Doesn't it say dental there?
Yeah, so originally this was a dental varga. So all of the logic goes with dental because the Thai alphabet tried to follow Sanskrit. So it moved to the dental equivalent, but I tried to draw the map to show, well, but actually it shifts.
Oh, the tongue is not on the...
Yeah, look at the difference. Look at the image. Totao.
Tongue is on the teeth.
For Totao.
For Totao.
And for Totahan, it's on the palate.
Oh. So they can see it. They can see it.
Oh, sorry. My big boof head is...
It actually just means that to the left.
To the left. To the left, to the left.
Yeah.
There, you can see it. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So again, I've tried to code this in here. So this is Totao. Everyone put your tongue on the tip of your teeth. Ta, ta, versus ta, tahan, ta.
And I'm sorry, I'm still confused, like with Totao. What is this?
Yeah, so this is totally, so your throat is closed. So if I say water or you cough, see your throat hitting like that? That's this. That's what the middle class is. So if I go, da, so the subconscious of any native Thai speaker, when they say any letter from this column here, this is going to be shut before their tongue even releases. Before their tongue even gets to the point in their mouth of this letter, subconsciously their throat's closing off. That's what a middle class is. And Orang is the mascot of that because it's the base throat.
So you're using these two roles, dental plus stop, meaning the throat.
Oh, the throat closed. This is the Sanskrit grid. That's the Brahmic grid, sorry.
Oh.
Again, it's one, now we have interactive stuff where you can actually learn all this, and I'll be integrating the images and stuff in the AI as well soon.
I'm sorry, this is so incredibly exciting, but could I just maybe offer a suggestion about a roadmap for the future? Maybe if you could have actual, like some kind of link where the videos or animation, like this is great, but actually just how you explain that.
That's all in there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you can say, so I've actually got, if you go into the arena, you can ask questions.
Okay. And
it will pull them in and it'll put more in. That's why I built this together. So now I've built all the tools. The AI now is linking it all together. Yeah, I had to build the tools first.
Yeah.
So these all came first, but now every single thing you see here, even this block here, even this, like, it's able to be incorporated in a lesson now and linked to my content. But yeah, this is cracking type. And again, to all those people out there, I know there's a lot of members there that aren't subscribed. Come subscribe. And if you want to join in these sessions, by the way, where we're all together every Saturday, 4 on 4 off, there's flexibility with public holidays and stuff like that. But it's generally 4 on 4 off where we're in together doing this stuff, not just with Thai, but every language. That's the Minecraft program.
Can I ask a question about that? So
yeah.
I was hesitant to sign up for Minecraft because even though, I mean, that book and using cracking Thai fundamentals, I literally found no one else explaining it. Like, it's so helpful. But with Minecraft, like I'm not interested
in the tech.
I'm not interested in being a polyglot.
Yeah.
I just want to learn Thai.
But you can just use it for Thai. And that's what we do here. Many people who come, like you're part of it, we come, we get together, whatever language is, we'll meet you there. And that's why I built this out. So even now the AI, you're learning Vietnamese, you're learning Chinese, learning whatever, we apply the principles to that. And so we just meet. And so I've got all the content there, but now it's all shifting over to the AI version. So the online content will be online content. It links to Minecraft. So if you've got Minecraft, there's all the modules, but the bonus is we actually meet in person.
And so is there value of Minecraft, being a subscriber to Minecraft, if I really am just focused on trying to learn?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, most of the people are in that mode because we meet together.
Yeah.
We can take it and because we talk together and I can coach and other people in their coaching and I can build tools. Yeah, so I think the big that's what $299 a year. You get all the content, but the big thing is we all talk and coach and get feedback and stuff. Yeah. But if like this was a bit of an effort to build. It's almost there, but if you want to support, just come and subscribe. Minecraft, awesome, but at the very least, jump in. And Minecraft, you get all of the subscription stuff you get anyway for the Thai.
Oh.
So it ends up probably about as much anyway. But otherwise, just at least the unlimited Thai bundle at the moment. Because if you come in here, in what order should I learn the Thai consonants? Easy one. Suggest videos, suggest lessons. Bang. Thinking. So this is taken from my staff as well, bang. But there, what's the best order to learn Thai consonants? So you click on that lesson, you need to be subscribed to do this.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit, I got to get something.
Yeah.
So if you're subscribed, this will open up. If you're not subscribed, it'll say, do you want to subscribe? But all the rest of this stuff is totally free.
I just also have to pitch it like that. I am subscribed, and that literally helped me so much because I could not find anywhere that was talking about those things, like about the closing the throat or putting the tongue. Like, it's crazy to me that no one is that I could find is.
And the thing is, native Thai speakers, they don't know what's going on in a Western mouth.
Yeah.
And native English speakers, sometimes they're even still wrong. So they don't actually know that this isn't working because they've still got a heavy accent.
Right. And like,
yeah.
It just opened up my brain that, oh my God, like this is why I'm struggling so much with pronunciation. I'm literally not opening my throat or closing my throat or where my tongue is touching on my palate.
Which is super important, more so than English. In English, you got a lot of, so I don't know if people can hear it out there, but what was your name again? Andrew. So Andrew was saying, like understanding what your mouth's doing and everything. Super important. If in English, native English speakers are used to hearing so many different varieties of English, but in Thai, in Chinese, especially say Cantonese or in Burmese, your scope for forgiveness for being a little bit off gets very narrow.
Yeah.
And then when people aren't understanding you, sorry.
No, sorry.
Oh yeah. So when people aren't understanding you, they're gonna
yeah.
Or if your tones are a little bit off, maybe it's not your tone, maybe it's your vowels.
Right.
But you think it's your tones that they're not understanding. It's probably your vowels actually.
Yeah.
Or you're saying t and they think it's a tota and not a totahan or a dodek.
Yeah.
Dodek, by the way, is not a D.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not a D. This, if you watch my clips, Dodek is not a D. Bobe Mai is not a B. Dodek was okay. Don't get me started. If you have a look here, Dodek, look at this. What it is an N with a cold. So Dodek, if you have a look here at my door, right, an N with my throat swim. So what Dodek, if I do a D as a Sanskrit speaker, D, it's dental. D. So that will be T, D. That's a Sanskrit speaker or a New Yorker. What you doing? Right? Robert De Niro. But in English, normally you would say D. Can you hear this? D clicking. Thais don't have that. What the D is an N, ni, no, with a cold. Bobby, I got a D. The throat stopped before the N's pronounced, and it makes a dodek. In Vietnamese, can you say D? it's implosive. So it's gone not only this throat stop, but it's actually vacuuming in. So the tongue's bloop, bloop, pulling in. Can you see it? It's pulling in. It's not a D at all.
Your tongue is going back a little bit?
Yeah, see? No one's going to explain to somebody that.
Different things important to be started.
I'm sorry, in Thai, it's an N sound?
So it started as a nonu, N, with a throat stop. So the, yeah, that's it. It's not D. It's not got no t on it.
Oh.
So if you say D, they're going to think you're saying Totan because they hear this t on it.
They get the
Yeah.
Oh.
This teaches you that. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be putting more modules out. So all my videos now in the future will be linking into this anyway. So there's going to be more and more and more and more content. I'm in the process of getting all of my video transcripts from YouTube as text. And then I have a way to ingest it all into my AI flow. So it'll be using all of that too to be finding the most suitable clips and things to teach you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's that. So any questions out there before I know people want to know how to get keys.
I gotta ask,
Yeah.
right now, I don't know how your backend works, but how do you need any special sort of prompts or things to weigh it towards like stuff that you said or wrote?
I can show you the code.
It's like
For anyone tech inclined, I'll show you the way I got it set. I can show you my full architecture. I know there's going to be some geeks out there. So what I've got, this is my local server. I've got Svelte kit. I've coded all of the front end in Svelte. And so if I go to Thai typing, I'm sorry for the Thai.js. I wrote handle Thai typing. Where are we? So basically, yeah, you look at it. This is all the code that's used just to be able to predict a tone class. When you put one syllable, I coded every little bit of this going through what the Thai mind does when it's putting these in and trying to work out the tone. So basically, it goes through and it will detect what script it is and then shoot the language handler. So if you type in Vietnamese, it shoots the language handler for Vietnamese and so forth. So that's Svelte all on the back end. Then what happens, and all of the lessons that are done in Payload. So it's like a headless CMS, and it's running also on Vercel. And then I'm running this on AutoGen. And so this is where all my agents are. So where you see agents, that's the people I've built as me. And so I have a general agent passing it off to the CLF Cracking Language Fundamentals teacher agent, which is here. And then from there, it goes to the different agents for each little thing. So I've built a whole army of little, what I would do as little different agents for every bit of language learning. And I coordinate. So it tries to infer what your intent is from your prompt. And my agent will then, I've tweaked each one to try and figure out what you're actually needing. And then it hands it off to the agent that it thinks is the most suitable for that request.
So actually, most of it's front loaded onto your agents rather than the model itself.
Correct.
Okay.
So I try and do everything first
Yeah.
before I throw it off to AI. And so the AI's job is very little. That's why the AI cost is so low.
Right. So using a cheaper model is actually like fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why. And for those people who just signed in, I can show once more all of my entire development. My entire development of the AI of all of this with the hundreds of queries, it's cost me $5. You don't need to, like all of these people in Silicon Valley that are building SaaS services and charging a bomb, they're just throwing tokens at these things and getting AI to do everything. I've invested the past year in building out all of these insane algorithms and the tools. So in the end, the only AI is saying, what does this guy want? What's the best tool for it?
Wow.
It gets a bit of stuff for you, but then it injects it to my tools, and my tools actually do everything else for you. For AI keys, just type in OpenAI key. I'll show you how to do it from incognito too. Now, like as you saw, I allow other keys. I haven't tested it against all the other models yet. I think it'll work because I've tried to do a robust thing on what objects to send back, but don't hold me to it at the moment. I'll do testing. log in to OpenAI. Even if you've got ChatGPT, this is not ChatGPT. These are your OpenAI keys, which are API keys. So they're different. This is not included in your $20 a month plan. Okay? You don't need the $20 a month plan. You can just use this.
No way.
And you can use my interface as your chatbot if you want.
Your interface?
Like this. Like you can use cracking language rather than subscribing to ChatGPT and just pay for the tokens you use. Good question. Okay. Their interface is pretty schmick. It's pretty nice. So you probably want to, but just basic stuff. Yeah, if you just want queries and everything, you can run any of your queries in my arena and it'll work like a normal AI chatbot. But yeah, ChatGPT or Groq or whatever, it's worth paying the full subscription if you're going to use their interfaces. So you sign up or sign in. Once you get in there, it's going to look like this. Easier than creating an email address. So and you'll get this. Bang. Give it a name and you've got a key. It'll show it here. Then you just go to copy the key. For OpenAI, it will start with SK. You come to user dashboard once you're logged in. Go to API keys. Oh, by the way, I've built this calculator out too, so you can even estimate what things are going to cost you with what key. There, yeah, you go to add API key, AI, OpenAI. Make sure you choose the right one. If you put the wrong one in, you're going to have troubles. I guess I could put auto detection in the future, but come on. So AI, OpenAI, you can call it what you want. Paste the key in there. I won't paste mine because I don't want you to see it. Save. Once you hit save, you will see this turn green after a couple of seconds. That means you're AI enabled, good to go. I will put a bigger link for Learning Arena across the side here soon. I didn't put it there because I don't want people coming in and saying, it doesn't work. Before actually, I got to find a good way to educate, this step, because this is a foreign thing and it's like, it's kind of scary. Bring your own keys for people who haven't done it before. But you saw how easy it was to do just now. Just log in, get your own key.
And that's free to actually generate your own key on OpenAI.
You may have to put a credit card on there, but it doesn't charge. It will charge you 1 cent just to check it's a real credit card. Yeah. But then basically you only pay for what you use and it will charge you at the end of a month.
Oh, I get it. So that by creating that OpenAI key, you're getting that key, you're importing it into your system, but the usage is being charged by OpenAI on Bitcoin.
I don't get a cent.
Oh my gosh.
I
really feel you've got to monetize this somewhat.
That's why I say right now the only monetization is if you take one of my courses.
Yeah.
I will be shifting that in the future where I'll try and bring everything in there and maybe the subscription will, but so it'll be a $9.99 subscription for anything.
Yeah.
And that can be just the baseline. But I hate big tech and these companies that take the piss. And I know what things cost.
Yes.
And they build things out because they depend on people not knowing tech. And so they just charge them everything. And then they give them inferior, I'll try not to swear, inferior product, but charge them what the maximum would be. So they get this. Basically, all I'm being charged for are my servers here. And I've got my content. And how much or how little you use what model, it's up to you. It's up to you. And so I would say, please, if you want to support, come and do it. Even if you're not learning Thai, at least it's a way at the moment to throw something my way. I want to keep this alive.
And I'm sorry, I just have to pitch supporting that way because like really that online course and buying the book really is like it was literally invaluble.
Thank you.
In helping me begin to understand Thai.
Yeah.
And to learn to actually speak it, with more correctly.
Thank you. That means a lot. The thing that drove this is because it's such a crappy I use this tech from Articulate Storyline, uses Flash. And so people were complaining they stopped using Flash. So any video with transparency, you see these big black boxes and the tech's really old and people saying, look, this is bullshit. I agree it was bullshit, so I built this. So I'm still keeping the old modules there. So if you want to see the bullshit, it's there. And there's valuable content there, but slowly everything will be morphing to this. So yeah. And then again, for the voice keys, how do you get your voice keys? They're a little tougher. I'll show you. Google Cloud Console. Now, this is where it gets a little bit, go to ChatGPT and say, walk me through starting a project. Actually, maybe I'll do that. If you've got ChatGPT, I need to get a Google Cloud API key for text-to-speech voices. Let me zoom in. Oh, it doesn't let me zoom. Text-to-speech voices. Step me through how I get the key as a non-tech person. I need to use the best quality voices. Walk me through this. I will probably put a / command in how to walk you through this in the system too. Go to the Controls Cloud, sign in to your account. If this is your first time, you'll be asked about billing. So you just put a credit card just like that. Click New Project. So in the top left of the screen, project drop down, you click New Project. So you come in here. There are my projects there. Oh, here. Yeah. So you click in there, New Project. So I'll do that again. You click here, New Project. And it will create a new project for you. This is mine, so it will end up looking like this. So let's look again then what it says. So you've created a project, wait a few seconds, yes. Step 3, enable text-to-speech. So in the top search bar, type text-to-speech, text-to-speech. There we go. Cloud text-to-speech API. Google is there. And you can just say manage, you can just add it. You can try it, you can try the voices, you don't need to though. I enable it. And this is my usage. And then create API key. So in your credentials here, so once you, basically the flow is you go to Google, you build a project. For that project, you enable text-to-speech. And then you come to your credentials. And it gives you your credentials here. And you just say create API key. Just like we did with OpenAI, and you'll get your key. Show key, cut and paste it into my system. Is it scary for people who aren't tech? But what's the payoff? You're not paying $50, $100 a month. Rather, you're paying less than $1 a month. Like you'd be lucky to pay $1.
Yeah. Without this, there was absolutely no speech.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I could do it, but I'd have to charge for it. Yeah, like and maybe in the future this is where people want to go and do it, but I know, and I'm pitching this to some VCs and stuff like that, and I know they're going to come in and say, this is way too hard and everything. So, but as soon as they come in, the price is going to go like this. I wanted to basically do this to prove that it can be done and what it really costs. I've had in our business and running a tech company and partnering with, say, ERP companies.
What is ERP?
ERP systems that run manufacturing flows and what's ERP stand for? Enterprise resource planning. Yeah. So, which is what we did. Yeah, you just used to hear it go. So Oracle, Infor, all of these guys, they've built the whole thing on these SaaS cloud services like Google and Amazon and everything. They're charging 5 million baht, 10 million baht for just a handful of users every year. For these cloud services, they invested huge money on infrastructure and then charging them huge premiums in case they use this stuff. And they lock their data in on their systems on this. And what I thought is, one, this is bullshit. And it's not required. The only obstacle is people just need an API key. And so I can build the entire infrastructure and charge you this. I would still probably get the same potential profit, but I'd attract more people because it's so much cheaper. And use it however much you use is up to you.
It's brilliant.
But Silicon Valley doesn't want you to do stuff like that because they get the cream. They're trusting on most people not using this much. And so this all becomes profit. Ask me in a year. We'll see who comes in. So yeah, so all of these calls that we've done today would be lucky to cost a cent. I will try and put a video together, maybe put it on YouTube and walk through the real process and include that in this for each key pipeline. But I believe it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to encourage you on that, with putting a video for like if you put a video and then maybe even a downloadable PDF. Video.
No, what I'm thinking of even making a slash command and doing a step through. Have you done this yet? Have you done this in the arena too? Or in there?
Possible.
Yeah. This is going to be the thing, and I want to walk people through and even have it come up on screen. Right now, if you go in there, like people, I might have to put a blocker say, "Oh, you're not AI enabled, so you can't use this yet." But yeah, that's a trade-off. If I had a ton of cash, but the difference is I've been able to do this as just me.
Incredible.
Compared to a startup that maybe needed 5 million in VC.
Yes.
And most of that cost would go to coders, devs, and cloud usage. Yeah. So, and it works for any language. I mentioned that. I'm going to go for Asian-based languages just because maybe it's my niche. But technically, people in Thailand, Vietnam, China learning English can work just as well.
And could use your platform to learn English.
Totally. And I can build tools to help them and be focused on that. And if I see they're learning English, it's totally doable. I just based it on my stuff.
Sure. Because
I've got an audience. But technically, it can be used for anything. Okay. So with that, if you want, so this is totally free to use the CLF side. You got your AI keys, you can use it, you can use everything. If you want to take the courses that it suggests that are the actual ones, you go to jacademy.com. So I'll just, I got to show this. My wife will kill me if I don't. So go to jacademy.com. If you really want to support and you want to come and meet every like 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off, approximately, we try and do that. Come and join Minecraft. It's $2.99 for a year, and you get access to everything anyway. Otherwise, this unlimited is $29.99 every 3 months.
So I'm currently with Cracking Type Fundamentals. Should I shift over to Minecraft? Like, would that also give me access to Cracking?
Yeah, you get everything there. Yeah, you get everything. So in Minecraft, it's basically everything plus all the Minecraft content. There's how many years now? 6 years of content? Five years of content since COVID. So we have all those modules available, which will be suggested to you, but plus we meet face to face. Yeah.
So would I just cancel my Cracking Type Fundamentals and then subscribe to Minecraft?
Yep. Yeah, you can do that. And yeah, that's probably the best. You do that or tell me and I can cancel it from my back end, or you cancel it and then add this. And then, yeah, you can come in and we're here. We're in this room. On Saturdays when we're meeting together. And basically the feedback from these guys, it's an awesome group. I use that to build out tools. And so you're actively then playing a role in how we're going to be learning in the future. Yeah.
So just so I'm crystal clear, when I subscribe to Minecraft, I also get all that.
Yes, content. Everything. Minecraft gets you everything. The other thing is too, and I guess you've seen the analyses, this is another way that I get some revenue in, but if you've seen my speech analyses, so I can actually use this, and then now I could do actual learning paths out from these within the arena to help you as well.
So if I also buy that, then you...
So this is, yeah, so if you buy this, then I will do your whole plan, And maybe I'll do a thing that it can ingest through your AI key to build you then lessons based on what I suggest.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
So-
saw your you on the Bangkok podcast. You did an analysis of
On Ed, yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
That's this.
Yeah, that really like
Yeah.
some of the stuff you said, and I just it was actually helpful. Very, very.
So
helpful.
that's this one. So you get one. So what this is I'll sit and get you to do a 90-minute specimen of you alone, and then also a 90-second specimen of you alone, and a 90-second specimen, if possible, speaking normally with a native speaker. And normally, meaning that they're not speaking the whole time too. I just want to hear how you interact. And what I'll do is I'll go back and do what you saw, get the spectrograph and everything, show you what's happening. Are you saying "dode"? You know, what's your tongue doing? I'll write a recipe out for what you need to do. So one of them, I think I have it. There's 297. It takes quite a bit, or you can get 3 like for what's that, $750. Which again, yeah, but you do one of these, you don't need a Thai teacher. Because it gives you an analysis. You do maybe, like say you get this package, that'll last you through a whole year, a year and a half. And now with the AI arena, actually it's a good idea. I'll do a thing where I can ingest my suggestions and build you out a learning strategy.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it took to get to this point, it's taken so long and almost a divorce. I wake up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, sit in code until my daughter wakes up, and then until I'm in bed, like doing it. So you know, socially it takes its toll. But now, as of last week, we've got to this point. I can take a bit of a breath, and now the pieces I can just start putting together like Lego. Yeah. So there you go. This, thank you if you want to do it. This, if you want to meet face to face. Otherwise, all the Thai resources, $9.99 a month, every 3 months. So it's $29.99, whatever that ends up with. If you haven't got a copy of Cracking Thai, again, this is another way. I highly recommend getting this. One, it's great for killing cockroaches. It's huge. You can use it as a weapon. But 2, it's a brain dump after 15 years of running the thing. So as a reference, it's still good to have a physical book sitting there.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
we have a book. Can I have that? Look at that.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Then run through like
Wow, look at this. And this was bought on Amazon, I can see.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, if you buy one here, there's a secret in the back.
Oh.
You actually get tear out consonant compass.
Oh.
Because I have some good printers here. But look at this. This is phenomenal.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Just one last closing thing I'll say on this. As you read through it, you'll see there are many typos and errors, which I am proud of.
Yeah.
What happened is, in the day that I did this with the early days of KDP on Amazon,
What's KDP?
Kindle Direct Publishing. Back then it was called something else. What happened is, as you look through it, I've got so many different fonts. So you go in here,
Yeah.
You can see on here so many different fonts, everything, even my own customized fonts for the glyphs. Amazon Kindle was having a heart attack. And so what happened is, to edit all of this, I needed to print it out and give it to my editor. My editor would go in, he spoke Thai and English as native speaker of English. He would edit it in red pen, give it to me. I'd have to find the places and edit it back in my working document because I had all these fonts and everything. When I finally sent it to the publishers, I had rendered the PDF as an earlier edit, not the final edit, and that became the final.
Oh.
I started trying to fix them, and I thought, screw this. It's like you got a mole on your face, live with it. And so it became this. So as you read through, you're going to see some not bad language as in bad language, but you'll see, there are some typos or things in there, but I think it's added to the character. And this is the brain dump, but get a copy. It's the operating system for your mind. I'll be putting a new book out, which will be more in line with this whole streamlined cornerstones and everything. So this probably will start to become a collector's piece.
I like the fact. I think this is really literally.
Thank you. Not a stooge.
But yeah, not. I actually found this incredible.
By the way, and the other thing on that, I don't know if you've seen, there's actually an Easter egg on it. Yeah. Okay, if I put it in front of my face, you can see it. Just here. Put it up to my camera. I need to have my face in view. You see this here? This is an Easter egg using my glyph combined with Korean letters, and there's a secret message there. And so if you've read the book correctly, you should be able to decode it. So that's another Easter egg for getting the book. And the message that you get back is actually in English. So if anyone's into...
I just have to pitch this book. I'm not getting paid for this. It's not literally some of those concepts where you have several frequently used words like
long, thinking of meanings.
Like thinking of it as black and white.
Yeah, black and white words, which I don't know if that would be PC now.
But nobody I found has ever taught that.
And even Thais don't know it.
Yeah.
It's part of it, black and white words. And it's part of being a native Thai speaker. But to explain that, like there's no bigger, biggest. We don't have EST in Thai. And so again, if you come into the arena, step into the arena. This will be a last thing. Thinking in meanings, words. Bang. And so you can actually if you have the book with you, bang. And it goes through all my words there. It'll tell you thinking in meanings, part 1, part 2. So this is the integration. And so then you can open that up, and these are the modules you were talking about. There you go. They're all there. So it integrates at the moment. Later, all this thinkific stuff's going to be, JAcademy stuff's going to be moved into here. But yeah, that stuff is super important. The whole way you useให้,ทำให้, ปิดไฟให้ปิดไฟให้หน่อย. Yeah, they're all in there. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We've gone over time, but I appreciate the turnout today. I hope that it's not scary for people. Let's use Discord and communicate. People be there too, please, Pete. I really believe this is the way learning is going with AI. I hope it is. I believe that kids need to learn, not just get ChatGPT to say stuff for them, but they can actually get super, super good knowledge with AI, but they can go the other way and become even more stupid. I want AI to be used to build us up as a species rather than make us more stupid. And so this is what I see as a good hybrid balance. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. ขอบคุณครับ Shoot me a message. If you're here, you've probably got my email, so you know how to respond to me or come into Discord. Bye.